Thank you for joining us today as we continue our reading in Galatians. Today we're in Galatians chapter 3, and I want to share with you something that really caught my attention today in the reading, verses 1 to 6. And it begins with this. It says, "O foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you? It was before your eyes that Jesus Christ was publicly portrayed as crucified. Let me ask you only this. Did you receive the Spirit by works of the law or by hearing with faith? Are you so foolish? Having begun with it by the Spirit, are you now being perfected by the flesh? Do you suffer so many things in vain, if indeed it was in vain? Does he who supplies the Spirit to you and works miracles among you do so by works of the law or by hearing with faith? Just as Abraham believed God, it was counted to him as righteous." Man, today we begin with this idea of Paul really having some strong words to the Galatians, and he's actually calling them foolish. Why is he calling them foolish? Because really, the Galatians, when they came to Christ, they put their faith in what Jesus has done. But then they began to hear about this law of Moses, right? And they begin to say, okay, well, maybe it isn't just faith. Maybe I need to obey all these rules that are found in the Old Testament. And they begin to put their trust in not just in Christ, but said, hey, I also need to do obey these laws. But Paul is actually called very foolish, because their salvation doesn't come from obeying the law. It actually came from their faith. And I want us to take a look at this idea of faith versus works today. Let me give you an example. My kids, right now they're learning virtually, and here's what they log in every morning. They go to their classroom page. Maybe they'll watch a video that the teacher put together for them, and then they'll just download the homework, and they'll do the work, and at the end of the day we'll just scan a copy of it and we'll send it back to the teacher, and hopefully that's enough, and that's all they need to do. But here's the problem with that. That feeling of being in a classroom, being with the teacher, is just not there. They just download the homework, they're told what to do, and they do it, and that's all it takes. See, we have these set of rules that we live by, and these rules could come from religion. These rules could be just rules that you feel is right for you. And it tells us, like, if we do these things, we'll be good. But here's the difference between works and faith. See, faith is much more relational. Faith is trusting. Faith is praying. Faith is seeking. Faith is wrestling. And it's all with God, you see. It's in relationship with God. It's us reading the scriptures and knowing more about who He is. It's seeking Him daily. And even when we're struggling, it's wrestling with Him. See, that's all faith. John Stott, a Christian theologian and author, says this about faith. He says, faith is laying hold of Jesus Christ personally. There is no merit in it. It is not another work. Its value is not in itself, but entirely in its object, Jesus Christ. Christ is the bread of life. Faith feeds upon Him. Christ is lifted up on the cross. Faith gazes at Him there. Paul rightfully reminds us that the righteous shall live by faith. The righteous shall live by laying hold of Jesus Christ personally and allowing Him to fill us and redeem us. So today, in the midst of all your busyness, I hope you just be reminded that faith in Christ is enough.